QVC just in the last few days and last few weeks. This is actually, we sell a lot of different Bibles here. And so a lot of times you really just need to find which Bible has what you're kind of looking for. And this one has a lot of great features that, in fact, I will tell you right now, aren't in other Bibles that we have here at QVC. So this is a great price too at $33. We have 3 colors to choose from, and it is done in this taupe, the turquoise, and the purple. Each one, same exact Bible, but does have a little different design on the front. So that may determine too what you decide to get. Let's talk. A Bible, why is a Bible a great gift? Well, we're going to talk with Lauren McComas about this. And she is a Bible scholar. She is also very, very heavily into drama and, plays and things like that. She's very, very active in her church. So, Lauren, I'm so glad you're with me again this morning.
It's always good to see you, Mary Beth.
You too. So
Thank you.
My first question, I'll get to the other question in a moment. My first question is, why choose this Bible? What does this have that's a little bit different in it that we haven't necessarily seen in all the Bibles that we have here?
Yeah, so this Bible actually has more features than any Bible we've ever sold. It's absolutely chock full of amazingness. We can start with how beautiful the colors and the covers are. Such high quality leather feel. It feels like a warm hug from an old friend. I love this taupe. It's so classy. Goes with anything gender neutral. On the side here, you will notice the indexing, which you don't find in most Bibles. And what that means is, as you're listening to a pastor speak, or you're looking for a certain verse and you're not sure quite where to find it in the Bible, on the side here, it gives you the tabs of exactly where the different books of the Bible are.
Right.
So let's say your pastor says, turn to Nehemiah, and you're like, I don't know where Nehemiah is.
That's right.
Look right here on the tab, boom, you can
There
open
it is.
right to it, which is amazing. And then, as you can see, the font size is 13.5 point font in the Comfort Zondervan font. So it's super easy on the eyes, much larger than most Bibles. And you don't even have to crack out your readers to read this, which is so helpful.
And yet it's not overly, like there are some that we offer that have really big letters, which isn't for everybody either. So this is kind of that sweet spot, I think.
Yes, I agree. And then in the back of the Bible, if we continue to tour it, there is the dictionary concordance, which also a lot of Bibles don't have these days. And what that means is, if you have a subject or a topic that you're dealing with, something you're feeling, you might wake up in the morning and just you're drowning in grief for some reason, you can turn back to the dictionary concordance and look up fear or look up grief, and it will tell you which verses in the Bible will speak right to your heart on those topics to offer you the encouragement, the peace, the joy that you need. This is God's love letter to us, and this dictionary concordance helps us navigate where we can find what we need to hear and listen to today. And just past that is the journal section. The notes there, where you can jot down prayer requests, answers to prayer, things that you might be going through, things that God is teaching you and learning. I love that the journal is kind of a part of this Bible.
Right, I know it. And so many times the pastor will say something and I'm like, oh, I got to write that down. It's so nice to be able to write those things down. There are maps in here so you can, help to understand where different things happen. But what's nice about this map? They actually tell you, well, this happened here. The Sermon on the Mount happened here. This is where Jesus turned water into wine. Most maps don't do that.
Right. It's a true study Bible there.
Yeah, it is. And then what about the front?
Yes, I love this section in the front. Again, it's something that used to be in Bibles, currently really isn't, and I love that it's in this one. It's where you can write a family tree. You can write down the genealogy, the linealogy of your life, your parents, your grandparents, and so forth. And then You get to use this as a gift to pass on as a legacy of your faith. I know of this grandmother who once a year, she buys a new Bible, she studies it, she highlights her favorite verses, she writes in the notes section in the back, she fills out that family tree, and then at the end of each year, she gifts it to one of her grandchildren so
Right.
that they will forever have a piece of her legacy of faith, which
Wow.
is such a special, life-giving gift to give.
Yeah, that really is. And going back to the fact that this is the entire Bible, it's Genesis through Revelation, 66 books, but again, it's a little easier to read for two reasons. One is that the font is not a 9-point font, it's a 13.5-point font. And if you want to see that in person, just go to your tablet, your computer, and type something and put it at a 13.5 font, and you'll be able to see what size the letters are. But the other thing is that it's in the NIV. What does that
Yes.
stand for?
Yeah, so the NIV stands for the New International Version, which is the most popular version of the Bible worldwide. Basically, it's in today's language. We can completely understand it. It's how we speak today. There are no these or thous, yet it still contains all of the richness of the original text, just in a way that we can comprehend super easily.
Even in Jesus's words, it's red. So
Yes.
anything that Jesus was quoted as saying is in red. Obviously, here you also, if you want to know where the Christmas story is, go to Luke 2, and that's where you would start reading basically in Luke 2. I'm trying to get to that page. But anyway,
Yes.
I want to ask you this, Lauren. Why do you think the Bible is a great gift to give?
Well, I mean, at the holidays especially, which is supposed to be a very joyful time, a lot of people are struggling. People deal with anxiety, people deal with stress and grief and loss. And this here, like I said earlier, is God's love letter to us, offering us peace and hope and joy in times where we're not sure where to find it. There's verses, this beautiful ribbon, I flip right to my favorite verse in Philippians 4. I have it marked. So me and the kids, whenever we're dealing with fears, we go right to it.
Yeah.
And it tells you how not to be afraid, how not to have anxiety, how to have the peace of God that can calm your heart and your mind. You might be struggling with direction in life and which way to go and how to handle this situation or that situation. And you can jump right to that dictionary concordance in the back and find wisdom for your life. This is a life-changing gift that you can give.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? As soon as you said, I was going to ask you what would be your favorite verse kind of thing, and you were reading my mind. But here's the other thing. Then it reminded me of Isaiah 41:10, when
Yes.
it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." And
I
things
love
like
that.
that. Isn't that great? And you know what? It just shows you that the Old Testament is saying similar things to the New Testament. It all goes together. It's all been written very, very specifically. And this is an excellent version, a beautiful Bible. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's as a gift, but let me just say this. There are very few gifts that can really change a life, but this is one of them. And there it is in purple. There's the turquoise, there's the taupe right there. So, Lauren, as always, so great to see you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to see you too, Mary Beth.
Have a lovely day. In the meantime, we have